All right, we are almost ready to go here on CT3. We got 4 people qualifying over here. You got Dan Sushi up on the top left. You got Fheonix here as well.
9,
8,
7, 6, 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris!
Ooh, there are off. All right, we're going to get the NTC issue figured out here.
Yeah, it looks like everyone else here underway. This is the last chance for these players to qualify for the Classic Tetris World Championship. We already had well over 100 people try their luck, some more successful than others, but these 4, and of course the players that we have over on CT1 and CT2, this is their moment. Looks like we got some NTC issues here. We're looking to get that sorted out as quickly as we can so we get Total Radness up on the screen. So for any of you who are tuning in for the first time over here on CT3, how these players will go is that they'll have 2 hours to get the highest score they possibly can before that, so they can put that up. And once they have a score they are satisfied with, they will put their hand up. The referee who's assisting them with that will record their score, send it over to our wonderful stats team, and then if they're good enough, you might see it here on the right side, but if not, you can use the command !qual, and you'll be able to see it there. But yes, we are well underway here. We've already started our qual. Vince didn't really realize that for a second. We were going with every countdown there. The head honcho not even knowing the rules. But everyone else well underway here as we're going to get these NTC issues fixed. But up top here, we got Dan Sushi with a pretty decent start right now on 86,000 points. Of course, we got all these statistics and everything up here to help not only you, the viewer, but also us here to figure out how these players are doing. Of course, you got the ever-famous Tetris rate. You got the drought counter showing that Dan had about a 21-piece drought there. And get the well back open, and we'll get a Tetris. Tetris for Fheonix as well. But yes, we're continuing to work on these issues with the capture. We should have it resolved in a couple of minutes or so as we make sure that your viewing experience is as uninterrupted as possible. But yeah, we're working hard on this at the moment. Don't worry.
Capture on mine? It might be in the wrong input. Are you getting anything? No. Because we had to switch out the TVs.
Okay, it might be the wrong input.
Yeah, Dan Sushi continuing to have a strong start here. Has a clean board, gets the Aki bar there to set up the Tetris. Takes the double there with the square. Now Tetris ready, waiting for that long bar to arrive, and we'll get it. Tetris for Dan. Right now, as things stand, you would need roughly about a 270, I believe, to make it into the bronze bracket. That, of course, is likely to change with everything going on CT1 and CT2. Top players over there. course, if you want to watch that at the same time as here, you can have a multi-stream going, have multiple windows open of CT1, CT2, and CT3. I know a lot of people are doing that at home. But yes, we are getting everything resolved here when it comes to these setups. So our first 5 minutes are gone here. Players are still just working. Some maybe just warming up and getting the hang of things. It's 2 hours. It's a very long time. And of course, these players will be hoping to get the highest score they can. Tetris again for Dan out to 366 with a 55% Tetris rate, so doing pretty good so far. Vince also getting underway here with a decent start of his own. Tetris for Vince and Tetris for Fheonix. It looks like we're close to getting this underway. And I think now we are good, ladies and gentlemen. We have all 4 captures going. Shout out to the NTC team and Zempro for getting that fixed for us.
And I'm back, so
yes,
woo,
Barbaro, you are back.
With me. Mollyman is asking, is Player 3 a Guitar Hero player? I think so. I mean, very much. So in his setup, he does have a NES controller in there somewhere. So okay,
just a straight heavy metaler.
Steve, what is your favorite band? Yeah. Devo.
That
okay.
is a good pick. Love me some Devo. Anyone in chat want to ask more questions about music as we're getting things started here?
CT3, the only channel where you can interact with the players in real time.
Absolutely.
Dan Sushi has transitioned here for 88, trying to get this stack down.
It's been a good game for him so far, looking to get things cleaned up. Gets that long bar over to the right for the split triple there.
He is playing DAS, so, you know, that's going to be a different mentality when it comes to 19.
Absolutely. Dan continuing to just make sure the stack is nice and clean, up to 507 now, so it's across the half max mark. A lot of people are kind of speculating that that's going to be the cutoff when it comes to bronze, but now with these extra 4 qualifying, it kind of sort of makes things a bit interesting. You have a lot of players in that sort of 500K range that are on the precipice of bronze. Some might miss out, some might get in. Nice clear to get that well back open. Tetris, we're down up to 545. Pheonix's board in a bit of a shaky position right now. He's going to need the right pieces to get out of here.
Nice take for Dan Sushi. So he right now is the one who all the eyes are on. Vince, though, putting up a pretty decent pace here. 376 before the Joey Parker turn. That is what we might call the 100 line mark. The reason it's called the Joey Parker turn is there was a Tetris player named Joey Parker who wanted something named after him. So
there you go. Dan continuing to keep that well back open. Has to close it again. Nice T piece. Tetris ready. And gets that bow over and gets the Tetris up to 636 now on level 26. So still has a bit of ways to go before level 29 arrives.
So he's already gotten himself into the tournament. Let's figure out what level he ends up in. Strong first game. See if he can stay alive here. Left side might be blocked off, but he does get the right open. Long bar Tetris.
Long bar Tetris, 683, and another Tetris, 716.
We're up to level
for
27
Dan
now.
Sushi.
Scaling has
Pheonix
definitely...
waiting for the bar as well over here. Desperately waiting, currently at 25, 26-piece strat, and it just doesn't come. That's unlucky for Fheonix, but we're just 10 minutes gone here, still 110 to go. And at the moment, we're at just over $12,000 for our match arena, which is going to be the way we use the prize pool for the CTWC.
Wow,
If
Dan
you would like to
Sushi,
contribute,
very
you can use the
strong
match
in the
arena.
start
Dan
here.
Sushi, 764. Very good performance there from Dan Sushi. And we'll want to record that score. So we got our first score recorded here, and Vince is going to have a 489.
Put it in, yeah.
And he's going to want to put that in as well. 489 at the moment.
Yeah, get something on the board, you know,
It's
start
something
off
on the
here.
board. It's good
Yeah.
enough at the moment for bronze, but we'll see if that holds up and if Vince can get anything better. He'll be wanting to get something better, as at the moment, all qualifying long, it's looked like 500,000 has been that lucky number. So we will see if these players can get that. Nice Tetris there for Steve. Has the column 9 well going. Has to cover it out with a square.
Yeah, he did end up with a hole in his stack. He had a bit of a misdrop with that L, but he should be good to go soon. One of the players I've noticed, like the 15 starts are I'm curious about. Usually 15 starts don't have as good of a pace like potential.
Yes.
But, you know, if you're not going deep into posts, maybe that doesn't really matter. If you want to start at that speed, like 13, 14, and 15 are all the same speed. So
yes.
you probably want to start at 13 or 14 if you're trying to maximize that number.
Yes. Another thing that I might suspect is it could be, obviously, if a player is more comfortable and is always used to starting on that level, then they will, of course, do so. And also, it's good practice for sort of going straight into those speeds as well. So there is some method to the madness. Fheonix in a bit of trouble here and isn't going to be able to get anything over 107.
Hey, GG's Fheonix.
Gets those 6 figures. He's won in that 500K. I think a lot of these players are gunning for that 500. Dan Sushi's already gotten that and then some.
This is probably going to go for a little more. I know he has quite a bit of play.
Oh, and
Doesn't get that
Steve
bar
didn't
over.
get that bar over to the left.
Yeah, GG's. Oh.
Controller's on the ground. The strap looks like it's broke. Or just falling
As a
off.
guitarist, that is kind of a little bit of a nightmare. You got to get, yeah.
Just trying to Fair enough.
Steve needs to get those like locking strap holders. That I would say that those are, you know, as a guitarist, those have been like a game changer for me.
Absolutely.
Anyway, as Adam was alluding to early, exclamation point Matcherino, if you want to give these players a little bit of money for their hard work here. And
yes, thank you to whoever posted the link to be able to view all the streams at once, because, of course, we got a lot of action going on here, not just these 4 great players. You also have on CT1 and CT2 8 more people that are trying to get their last chance qualifier in, the likes of Dan V, Green Tea, and Corion, and Alex Kerr on CT1 will be all there too.
of course, you want to keep us unmuted. We're the
Yes, you want to always hear us.
yeah. The other 3 channels are great. I guess CT4 isn't on right now. The other 2 channels are great, but really we are where it's at in terms of the commentary.
Absolutely, CT3 all the way.
I'm going to ask Steve another question because we can. What's your target score?
Sorry, say it in the microphone.
What is your target score, Steve?
What is my target score?
Yes.
Just over 500.
Okay, he's looking for a 500. I think we're all
500 max is.
500 maxes. Wow.
I think you can do it. I think
I
you'll
believe
get
in you.
it.
I think that is physically possible within.
500 I mean, hey, if Alex T can get like what 9, 10 max outs in like 40 minutes, then you can too.
There.
All right, yeah, just push down. That'll save a lot of time. I guess. Are we just asking Steve questions, or are we going to like round table kind of questions?
I don't want to distract too many other people. Yeah. There we go. Dan saying you should get a note assigned to every button he presses. So
Yeah,
I mean,
so we hear a sound every time.
the problem is there's only 6 buttons you're pressing, so that's not quite a full scale. I guess if you remove
You could probably make some tunes out of that.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Tetris Effect does it, so we could have it here one day for the CTWC, or just have someone. Right now, looks like Dan is on some pretty good pace here. 275, line 73. We always talk about in the classic Tetris community that of golden numbers in terms of pace to hit. A lot of times around line 50, you'll be looking for about 200,000 or so you can have a good level 19 transition.
So like for example, he's just over halfway to transition now, has a 269, which is very, very solid, right? The 500K transition, it gets you, a really solid base to work off of when you enter post. So Adam, this is your first time to the United States of America, isn't it?
Yes, it is. First time here in the U.S., and of course, it has to be for Tetris.
Yeah. So, what are your impressions? I know that you're in Southern California, probably not the most representative place in the U.S., but like, what do you think? How does it?
Everything is very big.
Oh yeah. Does it align with your expectations?
Yes and no. It's in lines. It's kind of like I expected everything to be very big and sort of non-walkable, which in Europe I'm used to being able to cross the road and not worry about getting hit at like 80 miles an hour. But I've enjoyed it here. It's nice. I mean, again, I'm in California. It's not maybe representative of like all of the U.S., but
Vince stopping out at 305. Yeah. I mean, there's, I'm from Seattle, which is a bit more walkable than, I guess, but like, you can physically walk places, which is really nice here.
Yeah.
You're also very close to the historic Route 66, so, kind of a staple of American car culture there. Dan Sushi, 452. So pretty good score here. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, absolutely on for at least a 500K here. Might be a very high 500K transition if he can keep those Tetrises coming. There's one Tetris for Dan, up to 480. And Fheonix topping out there, 31,000. Vince getting underway with another game here. And goes in 507 for Dan Sushi. Let's see if he can beat that score he got.
According to the bot, Dan's PB is a 913, so he had a very good game.
Getting his 700K right off the bat.
Yeah, and it looks like he is on pace for another very hot game here. So my PB is a 906, and I definitely wasn't qualing this well. He's already beaten my qual.
Yeah, he's already handily beaten mine, and I'm an 888.
Yeah. He does have a few misdrops here, though. He does have his well open.
Still be fine as long as the bar comes. Nice double there, and a nice triple to bring himself back down to safety.
And
still has a double well going too.
For a DAS player. He's been impressive. We're still very early on, but it's a very, very good DAS play.
And, of course, we're going to have a long day of Tetris here today. After this is the day that the brackets get underway, gold, silver, and bronze.
The entire silver and bronze brackets will be played today, as well as the gold up to top 8, so actually up to top 16. So top 8 will be tomorrow. So it's a very fun day. Like, the second day is very, very busy in CTWC. Third day is a little more, I don't want to say chill, like the games themselves are intense, but You know, kind of you're all focusing on one particular thing. Here, you're kind of focusing on 50 million things. Dan's up to 630, so quite a ways to go in post. Level 23. He's keeping himself pretty clean here. Does need to reopen as well. Doesn't quite get that S over.
Has the well still open, though, but in a 30-piece drought. And
Squares
tried
won't
to
help.
vault that L piece over and burn, but nothing was over on the left side. Tops at 636, but it was 700,000 and something. Dan asking what he got before.
But still, very, very good game. RNG didn't cooperate there, but you know, he's a very good signs for the rest of his qual. So we are a little over 20 minutes in. Vince trying to get a score on the board here. He is 30 lines in, has the 100,000.
And gets the bar over for a Tetris. Fheonix also with a pretty good start here, 114 after 21 lines. I think is perfect with 5 Tetrises and a burn, but now it takes more burns here. But great start here for Fheonix. And Fheonix stopping out there with a 119. Tetris for Vince. So, Arb, what have you made of yesterday's festivities when it comes to not only qualifying, but also we had the TGM4 tournament?
Oh, yeah. The TGM4 tournament was very, very exciting. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I was up on stage trying to keep things rolling. But, yeah, there was, as someone who's not really a modern player, it was, to me, like a lot more, TGM4 is like a lot easier to watch than a lot of modern games. And I thought I kind of appreciated that. I was fascinated by it. Kind of wanted to give it a shot, even though I know I won't be very good at it. How about you? How was it from the audience?
Yeah, it was quite entertaining. Obviously, very fast play throughout from all the players. The final especially was super exciting, seeing Eric and Green Tea just pretty much trading blows when it comes to just how they play and how they stack.
Yeah.
Modern stacking is, of course, a whole different ballgame to what you would see here in classic Tetris, because, of course, you have the hard drops, and you'd be able to see more pieces come down than just the next piece.
Yeah, I'm always super impressed by players who can play both modern and classic. Obviously, there's some overlap in terms of skill, but in other ways, they're completely different games. I guess the closest comparison that I tell people who aren't American is kind of like rugby league and rugby union, where kind of on the surface level they look pretty similar, but they're not. Like when you get into it, it's like fairly different skill set. Vince will cross over the 300,000 point barrier. He is 93 lines in, transition at 130.
Yes, we'll see if he can keep this up, because so far he's doing very well in terms of this particular game. Now just needs that bar to arrive, but so far he's keeping the stack nice and clean. Could use a J piece over, but board is getting a bit high, so it might be risky to get something over. But we'll get that bar eventually and gets the Tetris.
Nice.
Steve has a very awkward left side there. Tried to get the T piece over, but couldn't do anything with it. 120 top out score here.
Do you want to report that, or do you want to report that? Or?
Sure, why not?
Okay, raise your hand.
All right, it looks like Steve will want to record that 120. That will be, well, it won't be at least enough to get into bronze at the moment. It will secure Steve, not last place.
There we go. That's important. Yeah.
Last place, I think, is 27,000. All right.
Yeah, so I think, Dan,
27,001. Are you going to record?
You're already in bronze.
Let me get the specific one so you can push down and get it. Let's see. All right, yeah. Let's get that cowbell rung over here. Well, 16's getting there. You're trying to qualify with 1. You just have to push down right at the end, probably when you're 2 or 3 lines up. Try on level 0. Meanwhile, Vince right now on 447. Two unacceptable, Fheonix. Unacceptable.
So Vince,
So
now
Vince right now on level 20. Right now on 458. I think someone has qualified with like 1 point before. Well, not qualified, but they did a qualification attempt. Vince with an awkward T placement there, but gets a nice L tuck. But losing control of that center of the board. Needs something in the left side columns. Try and stabilize the board. Gets it long bar into column 3 for a single. But it's just too much to wrestle with. Vince, though, with a 466. Will top out. I think he might be. He's just walking away. He's not even reporting. He's just walking away.
He's probably doing some CTWC work. Obviously, he is the owner, main organizer of this whole event. So, huge thank you to Vince. Maybe I should say that when he's sitting here, he can hear me.
Yeah.
But huge thank you to Vince.
You can shout louder if you want him to hear it.
Huge thank you to Vince. Thank you for organizing all of this. I'm having a very good time.
Very convincing. Fheonix still searching for that 1 point.
So actually, fun.
There it is!
Yeah.
1 point for Fheonix. And he's going to put it in. Hang that in the Louvre. 1 point on the board.
Beautiful.
Is that going to be enough, Arbaro? What do you think?
No.
Brutal honesty from co-commentator Arbaro here on CT3.
Fun fact, actually, right now the score to get into bronze is a 489 from Chris Bidwell is currently in position 112. Bidwell is in, but Bidwell currently beating Vince by a little over 200 points. So Vince
this
also the
makes
489.
things interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah, Bidwell. Yeah, Vince currently the first one out.
All right. No pressure, Vince. You got it. Yeah, like the score is going to be on top of there, Dan. Why are you asking us? Why would we know? It's not like we're the commentators. Exactly. CT3, 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 CT3.
Fheonix already beating his reported score. He's up to 27.
If he keeps this up, I think in 4 or 5 games he will get a max out and then some.
Yeah, I don't know if
27
it's
and then hang on, let me get my calculator.
I don't know if it's
here.
a quadratic relationship or what, but
Something like that, or like law of squares. But
Unironically, do I technically have the lowest qualification score?
you're probably tied. Yes. So Fheonix, if you were to keep this going for 5 more games, you would have a 14 million if you keep timing it by 27. That's it. All right. Well, if you do it then again, you get 387 million, which would be the world record by like a magnitude of 15. Easy. You can do that. You can do that. I mean, technically, if the time runs out, you can still keep going until you top out.
yeah,
So
he's going to actually delay the start of the tournament by rolling over again and again and again.
we will be here next year, and you'll still be qualifying for last year.
But now that he's here, we'll really kind of heartfelt thank you to Vince for all that he does in organizing this.
Yes.
Vince and Kingsman, I think, have been very, very core to making this whole thing run smoothly. I've been very impressed by the production so far. So,
Of course. And also a special thank you to Vince for saving my behind yesterday when it came to my qualifier. My console switched off, and I was left waiting for 20 minutes for everything to get fixed back up again. Also, thank you to the rest of the team for helping with that. And I might make bronze as a result of that, because who knows what would have happened if it was a different thing, because everything would have been different here. But right now, Steve actually playing a pretty good game here.
Yeah, up to
101, line 24.
This and that in chat. Hello, this and that. Saying Adam British strikes again.
Adam British strikes again. Yes. I noticed like halfway through my call, when I looked back and saw where I was, that my flag was British. And I was very angry. Very, like, absolutely. I almost considered walking out of the entire venue.
He was like about to punch a hole in his CRT. It was
absolutely.
I was calling next to him. It was ugly.
It was ugly. Yeah, Omen and Arb. No, exactly. It was infuriating, but it was resolved in the end. So now I'm a happy Irishman. Fheonix topping out with a 137. I'm not sure if the squared is continuing to happen, but
if you want to report that and improve your score by 137, 703,
no,
you can.
He's committing to the 1. He's committing. If he maxes out, he's still committing to the 1.
Okay, well, there you go.
So if Joe is around here, oh, there's Joe right there. Someone's doing worse than you at the moment. So there you go. Shout out to Joe. The best gopher that we have.
Thank you. Joe. So
once again, going to give a quick shout out to our prize pool over on Matcherino. If you use the command !Matcherino, if you have anything to spare, feel free to contribute to the prize pool. We're currently at just over $12,000. We're going to try to get that up more and more throughout the day. And even if you don't have anything to contribute directly, even if you tell a friend or tell a family member or someone who might be interested or might have something to spare, after the end of this weekend, someone's going to be a champion, and a lot of players will be doing very well, and we'll want them to walk away with a nice prize at the end of everything.
So you know if they ever fixed the British flag situation? Do we need to track someone down about that?
Right now, Dan Sushi on 389, looking for another solid game. A bit of a drown, covers the well with the S piece. Trying desperately to get to column 4 as there's a long bar dependency there. He does get it back open. Nice double there with a J piece. Gets the long bar slid in as well. Very close to getting that well uncovered. Keeping good control. And long bar over Tetris or Dan. Nice dig into level 19 now. 424.
There you go. He had another really strong game from Dan. So hitting 19 a lot. So he's not doing the early top outs. He's giving himself plenty of chances, because when you're a DAS player, that 19 play, it can be a little random, but you're buying yourself a lot of lottery tickets. I'm going to do a quick sponsor read for Total Radness. A big thank you to Steve DeLuca from Total Radness, who is not only sponsoring, but has been a huge part of making the CTWC regional events incredible. He invented the Goofy Foot controller, which has changed the way the game is played. It does, you kind of, Steve might have, that seemed a little familiar to him, so.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, Steve right now in a very good game, 340. Well, at the moment, it might not be good enough to get into bronze. Still doing this is a very good score as far as level 15 is concerned, and we'll go in with a 360.
Yeah, the speed change, it does happen at level 16, so let's see how he handles the level 18 speeds.
Yes, and as this gets faster, we might see some Dragon Force level playing when it comes to how quick Steve is going to have to go. I mean, level 19 does kind of look like Fire and Flames, doesn't it?
Meantime, Dan has crossed over 500K, gets the bar, gets the Tetris right before the board reaches the breaking point.
And nice column 8 Tetris there for Dan. 573, level 24.
C now up to level 17, 375. Green Sea just got a max out. Everyone's pumped about it. Dan currently getting further and further into post, over halfway through now, 578.
And right now in terms of the standings as things stand, as Alex Kerr has gotten a 509, both Bidwell and Vince below the cutoff right now. Cutoff is 509 when it comes to bronze. So
Steve looking to get himself clean here. Take advantage of that scaling as he gets further and further into post.
Level 19, 384.
End up.
And
there you go.
384, though, very respectable there for Steve. That would be good enough to, at the moment, put him in 120th place, which is just 8 below the cutoff.
Dan at
and 120,000 points down, which is roughly 5 Tetrises on level 19.
Dan up to 600,000 points, level 27. Running out of room here a little bit. But still can put up a 700K.
Absolutely.
3 Tetrises, I think, would beat his score, but has a few missed drops. I don't know what's going to happen here. But this is going to be hard to clean up. He's just going to throw in the towel there. 609, really strong game. Fortunately, only one counts if you don't max out. We are over half an hour in now, 1:23 left on the timer.
7-Page Wilson in chat saying, is that the TNP Golden Boys? Well, that's a good question. Are we Golden Boys? Are we? Are we golden?
I think we're golden. I think we are.
Well, right now we're
We're
bronze.
not quite as golden as Gilded Lizard, but
yes.
You know.
But yeah, shout out. If you want to plug TNP, feel free.
Yeah, Tetris for the non-pros. It's a fun tournament. If you're familiar with the Classic Tetris League, it's a lot like that, but we have a lot of other events too. So we have a league play, round robin. We also have a weekly show, the TMP show that Coverdale's goes on. It's kind of a pickup play. So you just go there and play some matches. We have a ladder league. We have special events. tmp.tetris.lol if you want to join our Discord server and get in on the action. And it doesn't care if your PP is 90,000 or 900,000. We got a place for you.
Absolutely. It's the perfect place. It's where I got my start as well. And as you saw yesterday, I was on CT1, so you too can pick up restreaming and all that sort of stuff as well. It is a great place.
Fheonix currently about to transition here, 486. So.
Of course, we'll still commit to the 1, but he's just playing for fun now. Just playing for fun.
I mean,
the SP's coming at the worst possible time. A nice double.
This might actually
could have
be
burnt
good
with the
enough
bar, but we'll take the double instead. Get those extra points. 490 transition, actually quite good.
This is survivable, but only just.
That single is going to be crucial. Needs a Z piece or a T. Square will work, but we'll add some extra pressure. That long bar is going to be a bit awkward, and is not going to get the piece over. About 495, and Fheonix will sacrifice the 1.
Yeah, that might be good enough to get in. He actually wants to play this
495
this
at
afternoon.
The moment would put Fheonix right outside, has overtaken Bidwell and Vince, I believe. So 3 of the 4 players here right on the cutoff.
Yeah.
So CT3, the place to be if you want to see who's going to get in to the Classic Tetris World Championship and who is going to miss out.
Yeah. It's going to be a tight race. I think that everyone on stage has put in a pretty good score.
Might want to keep an eye on
so
CT2 ourselves because, of course, how Bitwell does is also going to play a huge factor into the events on here. And, of course, as was posted earlier, you can catch everything by doing a multi-stream here on Twitch. You can not only catch us on CT3, but also what goes on CT2 and I guess CT1 if you want, if you want.
Or you could just open up the 3 browser tabs. That works too.
Yeah. Pros, of course, like Green Tea and Corion and Alex and Dan V and whatever, but the cons is you miss out on the CT3 action, but you can do all at the same time.
The true party bracket. I don't care what CT4 says. I mean, I guess I'm going to be on CT4 later, so watch me there.
And probably me as well.
Yeah, there we go.
As this thing stand, I am 108th. That will probably go down to about 109th, but
Yeah, let's go to get
my
him.
score is 538. All right, yeah, you go ahead, beat me. I challenge you.
I mean, you came pretty close. That was a pretty good game there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got 490, so you're 40K off. 2 Tetrises.
Fheonix, what's your PB? 626. Okay, yeah, respectable.
We've had someone with a similar PB get a PB during their qual.
Oh, wait.
Toast, I believe,
Oh,
got
nice.
a PB and qualified with a 656
Oh,
in between Omenvar and Ethan, aka Mr. Shadow.
nice. I love to see that here at CT.
That is a good question. What
not-
is the best gamer tag that we've seen qualify?
I'm not sure I could repeat it on CT3, but I mean, this year, yeah, I mean, we see some interesting ones.
I mean, you have the classic in Ryan Hamburger.
Ryan Hamburger is good. I'm trying to think, is scene wide or just here today? Okay. I feel like Burrito Dad is a classic, especially since like he had like Taco Mom as well. What are some? Yeah, Fheonix. I'll tell you some later that we have. I feel like there's a few that we can't really. I don't want to say here the Classic Tetris, but I don't know. There's a tradition of slightly risque names.
Well, yes, but there's still CTWC at the end of the day, and
Yeah,
just
there's
because
a-
it's CT3 doesn't mean we can't sacrifice all professionalism.
Yeah,
Sure,
we-
maybe if Tyler's on commentary, that will go out the window, but we're not Tyler.
Yeah. There's a little bit of decorum, especially since like Vince is here. We have to be on our best behavior.
We have to be on our good behavior, so we don't get dragged out of here by security.
Vince currently on a pretty strong grade, 373, less than 100 lines in, so he'll be looking to beat his best score. I think he has a 489. So looking to cross that Bidwell line.
Is that what we're calling it now? The Bidwell line?
I think that's been a thing for a while.
Yes.
But Bidwell's gotten better, so we'll see. Bidwell, of course, another core organizer of CTWC. He was there for the Washington State Regional, which I helped organize, so thanks for his help as well. He also really into baseball, so if you see him around, I guess talk to him about baseball.
What's his favorite team?
The Reds.
I don't watch baseball.
Cincinnati. Well, I mean, I don't know if they have baseball. Do you watch the GAA?
Yeah, well, of course I do. I'm Irish. Why
Yeah,
wouldn't
okay,
I?
yeah, okay.
I would watch. I love watching the gas.
Do you watch more hurling or Gaelic football?
Gaelic football usually. I mean, I'm a Sligo man, so that's my team.
Okay, yeah, I know it's very regional in terms of who plays what.
Yes, we're not very good. We're one of the worst counties when it comes to Gaelic football. We have gotten into sort of the playoffs for the All Ireland before, but
Vince will go into post with a 470, so does not need a whole lot of post play to beat his best score. Looking pretty clean, pretty low. Setting up for the Tetris, not going to go for the safe triple. Well, you're going to have to burn down now, but nice and safe. He knows he just wants to get a score on the board. Going to take a triple. Had a couple missed drops, but it's not going to matter too much.
484 right now. Again, the current target to get into bronze as things stand is 509.
Interesting,
Subject to change.
too, because everyone who is qualifying now is on stage. So, unlike the other 3 slots, yesterday, as Vince crosses over his best score, so this will be what goes on the scoreboard for him now, 494. So the other 3 slots, we had people qualifying off stage. So, they had a few people did very well, so they ended up being in the mix. And we weren't even televised. Oh, a couple missed drops for Vince.
Oh, no.
Yeah, board falling apart.
496. That will run close to Bidwell, but not quite overtake.
Yeah. Or did Bidwell put in another score? Okay. It does miss the Bidwell line. The Bidwell line is moving. It's a moving target at the moment.
It is.
But, yeah, so right now Bidwell is in 109th place. 108 gets you into the tournament. Alex Kerr, actually.
112th gets you into the tournament.
And then...
Yes, there's 48 people in gold, 32 in silver, 32 in bronze.
He might be out of practice. He mostly plays modern now. So, yeah, I think Alex Kerr probably mostly plays modern now. We saw him perform pretty well yesterday. So Alex has a 509. Okay. So Alex has a 509, and then number 111 is actually Red 40. So is Ro's brother with a 5. Can you scroll over a little bit? With a 516. So that also might be relevant as we get further into the qual. We're currently 45 minutes in. So keep that in mind. So that's 3/8 of the way through the session.
And we got more of the TMP alumni in the chat. We got Liptonek saying hi, Adam and Arbaro. Hello.
Hello, Liptonek. How's it going?
And speak of the devil, Gilded Lizard saying hi, go TNP.
Wow,
go TNP.
Yeah, we got a little TNP party going on in CT3. Hello, welcome in everyone. Dan Sushi, another pretty strong game here, 464. His 18 has been very impressive.
If someone in the promote chat can tell that we're here, then let them know. Yes, the real party is indeed here.
Make sure they're the right number of bars.
If you want like 3 or 4, I can do that.
As long as it's not 2. I like 1, but 3 is okay, but not 2. Dan, 534, not in yet, but his board looking a little unbalanced. Just have a low middle. Honestly, but he's putting up a lot of weight on the left side, which is smart because that's going to be very hard to get as he transitions. Nice! Opens the well, gets a Tetris 562, level 19.
This is great pace so far from that, but that hang of the square, but can still make it work. Nice tuck of that square and J piece.
Kind of hard to believe. This is not the play you'd expect from a 913 player. I'm impressed. He's got to break that PB soon. I think that's...
Maybe today is the day.
Yeah. Get another person getting a PB during quals here. That would be fantastic.
I'm not sure if Toast is I think there's been a couple who've done that. I know that that Joe got a qualifying PB with that. I think it's the first qualifier he's done. But
Lombard Tetris for Dan. 606. Oh, doesn't get the bar over. He might be in trouble here. I don't know what he can do. I think he'll need a quick tap.
I think he gets it over. I don't even think he needed a quick tap there.
Okay, yeah.
Because it was 6 high. Oh, he still did it anyway. Did maybe a full dash
Doesn't
charge.
really matter. Maybe I threw him off, but it doesn't matter because he got it. 615 into level 22. I feel like maybe I need to get fewer score updates during quals, but, it's a habit.
Down now at 619. Booyaka, booyaka. And Vince also getting...
He's setting up 2 off the bottom. He's just going to take the triple, burn it down. But triples in post, they're not nothing. You kind of say triples are a little bit goated during chase downs because they're not as much as a Tetris, but when you know your target, that can... Trying to line out, that can knock off a bit of a score. Though a couple misdrops from Dan. Not really going to be able to reopen the well, so this is going to be a spicy dig. 637 right now. He's staying alive. Good stuff for a DAS player. Oh, doesn't quite get that L all the way over. 43-piece drought. The bar finally comes, but he doesn't get that bar. He overtapped, and that's it. He tops out to 644. So, but still just getting those scores on the board, giving himself chances. That's all you can really do. He already has a good score, and he'll be looking to improve it just based on how hot he is right now. Meantime, looking elsewhere, both players are kind of near the beginning of their sessions, but Vince also making quite a few deep runs here. He is 199 through 51 at the moment. So on pace for another close to 500K, but a couple awkward pieces. That's it.
Unlucky there, but it was a good start. And Vince has shown so far that he has been more than capable of putting some great games up, but things are getting tense with just how close it is when it comes to this battle to get into the bracket. I mean, just here, just across this entire 3 streams that we got going here, if everything is up to date, I believe 4 of the 12 players that we have here are all pretty much in a row, or 3 of them, in fact. You have Kitaro, Bidwell, and Fheonix, all in 112th, 113th, and 114th. Cut off at the moment, still 509.
Looks like Dan V has gotten into the main gold bracket. He has 5 max outs. Green Tea looking to add to his total. I think I alluded to this earlier, but I'm always super impressed by two-way players. Green Tea has gotten a max out, and he won the... sorry, spoilers. I don't know if I should have spoiled that, but he won the TGM4 tournament yesterday, so...
Boo, spoilers.
Yeah, well, you know. It's a live event, you know. It's a... Gotta
should have been here to watch. I'm joking.
I mean... You know, when you say, you know, in baseball, right, for example, you know, you gotta, you know, you talk about whether or not players like your team is like winning the series or not. You know, you gotta. The previous information, the previous play, kind of contextualizes what you're seeing now. So, like I do the almost daily update, and some people is like, you should hide some of it for spoilers, but I think that would just make it harder to read.
This is a very good game so far from Dan. 254 at 48 lines. And look at that Tetris rate, 92%, which indicates that he's taken very few burns. Well, we have to focus on you at some point, don't we? We can't just ignore the fact that you're on a very good score right now. It does. It does go very hard. I agree. And Corian almost got a max out, I think I just saw there.
Yeah, 952. There you go.
Liptonek saying, I really like Steve's playstyle, Guitar Das.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, more questions for Steve. You are are you a manual guitar, I guess, electric guitarist?
I'm a drummer.
He's a drummer. Okay, nice.
Well, maybe next year you should get a drum kit. I mean, that'd be a good way. I suppose you can input like taps.
Also, very distracting to all the other players, maybe.
Well, maybe if it's like one of those like plastic ones where it doesn't make too much noise.
But also, you know, this is a fairly distracting environment.
Absolutely.
You know, like
in the best way.
The best way, right? Like, there's a lot going on, so you kind of do have to have those blinders on, so to speak. It's a very different environment from where you're at home, you're qualing, you know, just sitting there in your easy chair, petting your cat. Well, maybe that's only me. 386 for Dan. Line 86, so this could be something special.
And Vince also off to a good start here. 262 on line 77. Fheonix gets that bar over to the left. Gets that well back open now, just waiting for that long bar. There it is, Tetris for Fheonix.
Steven saying mock qual not going good, but I will tell you, I beat my mock qual that I did before this, so that's good. I only got like a 580 during that, so.
My qual was in line with my mock quals, pretty much. I was getting around like 500, 600s. I wish I got the 600K, but
yeah,
I mean, it's looking like I'm going to be in bronze, so I'm not the most of. I guess I wish I could have had like a higher seed, but just getting in was my target, and I am on target at the moment unless all these players surpass me.
Dan has a 511, still quite a bit of room left to him in level 18. Does have a long bar dependency column 3, so we'll have to plug that up, enter a bit of a dig, but He can afford the pace. Oh, he's going to set up Lombard Tetris. Beautiful stuff. Still has 8 more lines to go, so that's 2 Tetrises. So he might get a split triple here if the bar comes. There it is.
There it is.
A dirty Tetris for Vince. Similarly spicy. Might have been even spicier.
Oh, nice adjustment there with that S piece for Vince.
His board is a little vertical now, but can he
Couple
get
of rough
himself
pieces.
out of the situation?
Needs an L, gets a J instead.
In the meantime, Dan has
Doesn't get
transitioned.
that Z piece over, and 389 will be Vince's top out score.
Meantime, Dan transitioned around 549. So right now, just playing post, keeping himself alive here. Needs something to the left side. Going to form a Lombard dependency. So we'll just plug it up. Takes the nice triple. Don't be a hero, take the triple. That's what they say. Here's that T over left side. Still a little low, but that's square.
And something's happened over on CT2, it looks like.
Ninja just maxed
Ninja
out.
got a max out there. Ninja.
Ninja.
If Bidwill got a max out, that would make like world news. Let them celebrate, I guess. They still know CT3 is the best.
Vince didn't quite get that S over, so he's done here at 23. Dan, 581, not able to get a lot of Tetrises in post so far, but there's one. Goes up over 600,000.
We're approaching just over 1 hour to go here in this qualifier, so we're at the halfway mark. Just as a confirmation.
Dan can't quite keep it going, but had a very, very strong pace there.
Right now, as things stand in terms of these players' best score so far, Dan has a 764, which as things stands puts him as one of the higher seeds in bronze. Fheonix right now sitting at 495, just 3 spots off of the cutoff for bronze. Vince right above on 496, and Steve currently sitting at 384, which is going to be 9 places off of bronze right now. So all these players pretty close. I'll double check. Yes.
Looks like the cutoff is still Alex Kerr at 509. So keep that in mind as the players enter the back half of the qualifier. And this is where kind of the fatigue starts setting in. We saw, I was a judge for most of yesterday. You kind of like that honed it in, just like, some players had very, very strong starts to the qual, kind of hit a wall about an hour in. But some players are able to keep the fatigue going. Fheonix, 373, had a strong game there, but it was the late 18 top outs are brutal. I think some of the most frustrating quals I've had were like when I top out 115 lines in over and over again.
Good start here for Vince, 171 right now, line number 38. And everyone else just pretty much getting underway with their next games here. Dan's going to start off with the Tetris. Fheonix has as well.
So it looks like the line to get into the gold bracket is 4 max outs. So if you note to the players, if you get 4 max outs, you so just keep that in mind. Another sponsor. Yeah, bribe the official. We have one right here if you need to bribe him.
Yes, in terms of sponsors, we'll get a couple read for you here. Big shout out to the Tetris Company for sponsoring all 16 of our Classic Tetris World Championships that we've done. And also congratulations on 40 years of Tetris. Don't forget to follow @TetrisOfficial on Instagram to keep up with all things Tetris, no matter whether it's modern, classic, what have you. That's the place to be.
Or Tetris Tumble. We actually have the physical manifestation of Tetris here. I guess there are several, but
Yes.
it's like kind of a Jenga-like game. I don't know if I'm allowed to say Jenga. It might be
Fractal and I actually played that earlier, and
Nice.
Fractal was the one who kind of ruined everything, so I can safely say I beat Fractal in something.
Wow, it'd be Fractal in Tetris even.
Absolutely, yes. I can
This
say
is an
that.
official
It's a
form
type
of Tetris. Yeah.
And it's an official, yeah, we made it official. Because I said so.
There you go. So
Thank you, Tetris Company.
We need to set up a Tetris Tumble ELO spreadsheet.
I will put myself at 3,000.
So
But yes, just 1 hour to go here. We have gotten past our first half, our first 60 minutes.
And just for clarification, it looks like our timer on this is about 22 seconds behind the official timer. So keep that in mind if you're looking at the time. It's going to be about right, but the one on CT1 is going to be, I guess, CT. I see CT1. There is no one in the actual title, but
And
Vince
looks
currently
like
at 335. He's digging, but this is a good opportunity for him to beat his score. There we go.
there we go. Looks like Corion has now got his max out.
Yeah, everyone's going wild here.
As they should. As they should.
Nakazami, hello, welcome in. Double Japan Max, no kidding.
Vince right now on 352, line 107, so we're about just under 25 lines to go. Vince getting the well back open here. We'll take the triple.
366 for Vince. He is getting pretty close to the transition here, only 8 lines away. The CTWC is excited to share that we are supporting at SU2C, hashtag Stand Up to Cancer, on our live streams as we play Tetris and support cancer research. We're excited to work with SU2C to make an impact together. Type in !SU2C in chat for more information. Vince is in at 376. There we go. Fheonix letting us know if you donate to the Stand Up to Cancer campaign, you have a chance to win a signed console. Who is it signed by? Everybody. Okay, the entire Tetris community. So I need to go sign it, I guess, is the...
I do too.
Well, I'll find some time to do that today, hopefully. Vince currently 389. Nice line out here. Doesn't need a whole
Nice Vince
lot.
there from Phoenix.
think
Did
he
top out after it, but you got the Vince.
Left well for Vince, and he's in a drought. He's going to get the bar. He's going to get the Tetris. 418 for him right now. So Vince, his best score is 489. Needs 509 to get into the bracket, unless Guitario had a better score since then.
Best thing standard is still 509.
It has been beaten. Okay, we have an update from Ronkley. So I think that would mean that red 40 is...
Yes, and that would be 516.
Okay, 516 in order to get in. Oh, Vince in some trouble. Very high. This is diggable, but only just. It's getting it down, though. Needs something to the left side. Going to take the burn in the middle of the stack. Good call. Gets that bar to the left. Still digging. Would love to get out of this.
Yeah, has us down to a more manageable height.
Oh, he's going to
that
misdrop the
hanging
J.
piece.
Brutal stuff.
446.
But another chance. You feel like you're missing an opportunity when you go into post and, get that score that's just like barely off of your best score. But it is like, it's a good sign, you're buying yourself lottery tickets, because the post, especially as a DAS player, is so unpredictable. That kind of was the frustrating thing about my qual yesterday. I think I hit post a lot, but I couldn't get a lot going. I couldn't score a lot, and that was
Yeah, that was kind of the same thing with me. Like, I had very good transition scores, but I just could not get enough post to be able to get over to the line to what I wanted, which was 600K.
Post is very difficult if you are a DAS player. And, you know, you've watched CTWC DAS, I think, in about a month. You know, I got the Jonas Cup later this year. You can see players who just really mastered that 19 DAS play and is super impressive to watch, especially if you've played it before. It's kind of one of those things I feel like a lot of the time in Classic Tetris, it's like it's one of those things that's like harder than it looks. It looks hard, right? But then, like, I guess the thing I'm saying is that it's faster than it looks. Stan Sushi going to top out at 71 lines in, so he's... Yeah. Give it a shot. Just, it feels so much faster when you're the one playing it.
And looks like Fheonix is going to take a quick break here.
Yeah,
Which of course, these players can do.
Yeah, I mean, you're just losing the time, but...
It's fine. I mean, still 54 minutes to go, so plenty of time once he comes back to get more games in. But everyone else pretty much getting started with their next games underway. And Vince just waiting on the long bar. We'll get it after a brief drought. Gets the Tetris. And looks like Steve is going for some 18 starts here.
There we go. He's feels warmed up. He feels ready to go. He's ready to just shred. I'll do
Shred some plastic.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, most guitars are made out of plastic nowadays. I mean, not entirely, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
From the creators of Tetris Effect Connected comes Luminous Arise, a heart-pumping fusion of addictive puzzle gameplay, thumping audio, and eye-popping visuals. Experience a synthetic jersey of sound and light through over 30 handcrafted stages, where every block, every combo, and every beat is a feast for the senses. Whether you're advancing the single-player mode, competing in multiplayer, or striving for the top of the leaderboards, the gameplay will draw you in, promising an irresistible allure of just one more round. Coming to PlayStation 5 and Steam this fall. Watch the Luminous Arise announcement trailer and wishlist now at lumines.game. That's LUMINES.game.
And I think Fheonix has something for you to sign, that Stand Up to Cancer signed console. I'll get it over to you now.
Nice. All right, so we are... This could be yours if you donate to Stand Up to Cancer. I don't know where I'm going to sign it. It's already pretty...
Just anywhere, I think that has...
Yeah, well, there's a lot of... Well, how about next to Pixel Andy? How's that sound?
So, while these players are playing Tetris, our bar is trying to find the right spot to put their signature.
My signature, I'm just drawing the trees, which is going to be completely incomprehensible to most players, I think.
I'm so upset that he's... Oh, shit. Good save. That was a good save.
Thank you.
Everything else is okay.
I'll get some napkins.
Bit of spillage, but we're okay. A reminder to always put a cap on your water. But thankfully it hasn't spilt onto anything major, so we are good. Vince right now on 275, had a pretty good game here so far, but does have a bit of support from his fellow players here. Does have a long bar dependency, gets it filled in, nice adjustment. And a recent update I got here from Ronkley, cut off at now 5:21. So that's the aim that these players have to get to. It keeps increasing as these players continue to put good scores up on the board. And Tetris for Vince here to go up to 329. Has to cover the well here, but does get a nice Z piece to get it back open here. Vince is now Tetris ready, but going through a bit of a drought right now. Nice double. Gets the square piece down. Long bar over. Tetris for Vince. Up to 382 now. Meanwhile, Dan Sushi now at 366. Lines 89 here. Gets a Tetris to go to 389. Tetris for Vince, and a back-to-back Tetris to go into level 19 on 432. It's about 80,000 points away from our current cutoff. Some nice maneuvers here, but a very awkward right side of the board, bringing it back down, trying to get something over there. Misdrops that L piece, tops at 446. And that's going to be cue for Vince to walk away again and probably attend to more CTWC matters. Again, thanks you to Vince and everyone here who organizes the Classic Tetris World Championship. Everyone's doing a phenomenal job this year with organizing. Everything keeps getting bigger and bigger, not only in terms of the players, but the production value each and every year. And here comes our bar again with some...
Yeah, I only found some facial tissues, so we'll...
It works. It's very lucky that the pool was concentrated everywhere except where the electronics are. So, luck on our side tonight. Well, today, but tonight probably for Europeans.
Huge shout out to everyone who is in a different time zone. Everyone throughout the world who are not in Pacific Standard Time. We see you. Thank you for tuning in. I think. Dan Sushi into post again, 495.
Oh, wow. So cutoff is now 538.
I feel like at some point that's got to stop going up, right?
I'm hoping it stops going up. I am now second from the bottom here, but
we'll
yes,
see.
we've had two more players.
Fheonix, Vince, and Steve, I don't think have an opportunity to make it in. So I guess you're sweating.
Yes, and they are all dangerous. So this is not only intense for these players, it's also intense for the commentator who's also trying to get in. Don't worry, I won't deliberately throw you guys off. I will maintain professionalism.
Yeah, they said, I think the... Good in terms of wetness. I should also drink some water. Make sure you keep the tap on though.
I think we got another contribution here to the Matcherino, just going to confirm as we've now gone up to $12,173, $125 from Plastic Chairs. Thank you so much for the contribution. Of course, if you want to contribute as well, don't forget to head over and put it in the command !Matcherino. Dan Sushi says, hi, Plastic Chairs, if you are in chat. It's been a long time.
Plastic Chairs seem like a good place to eat sushi.
To sit down and eat, yes.
Yeah, you know.
7 Page Wilson saying, Adam, that's your score. There's two people who got 538. I am the higher of those two. I am currently second from bottom. With 46 minutes to go, though, these players will have to reach that. It keeps just going up and up and up. Right now, again, the latest update in terms of these players' top scores, as I've just refreshed here. Dan on 764, currently seed 89, which would put him in the upper half of bronze seeds. Vince is on 496, so just outside by about 3 or 4 now. And Fheonix right behind, 495, currently in the middle of his next game.
Wilson chat saying, basically all 3 of these players beat your score, you're out.
Yes. Actually, only 2 of them need to. Every time wrong.
Okay. Sight just got a 700, so congrats, Sight.
Every time Ronkley comes over now, I get anxious. Stop doing. Oh no.
Ronkley, you will hear Ronkley a little later today. He'll be doing Coke Comes with Meme on CT2. Be sure to check that out at the beginning of bracket play.
He's gonna come over and say, "Cut off. It's still 538."
Yeah.
I mean, it would still be 538
Well,
either
but
way,
at
because I
this
also
point,
got a 538.
I think everyone on the stage has beaten your score.
Yes. I
So
believe
it's just these players who can throw you off. It's still the,
it's gonna turn into the Adam Irish line soon.
wait, yeah, so what's Bidwell's score?
I think that's a good question.
Maybe he hasn't passed 538. Seems like the list is a little out of date. Actually,
Yeah, it still says 503, but that might have been updated.
so Ronkley, do we know if Bidwell has passed 503? He has not. Okay,
has
so
not.
Bidwell can also throw you off here. So you have 4 players.
So either one person here in Bidwell or 2 people here in not Bidwell.
Yeah, so 2 players currently qualifying can knock you out. So
I mean, at the end of the day, whether I get into bronze or not, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
That's all I can really ask. I've had fun.
yeah, he has fun, but he's still sweating.
Yes, of course, because I would like to play in bronze. It's a good bonus,
That's true.
but I'll also be doing other cool stuff too. There's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff to do here other than just play. Also going to give a quick shout out to the venue that we're here at, the SoCal Gaming Expo here in Pasadena, California. They've been hosting us for the past couple of years now. It's a great venue, great stuff going on here. Not just the CTWC, but we also got some other great events going on here as well. Thank you to Chris, Aaron, and Lance for once again hosting us this year. It's a fantastic venue, and we got a great turnout for all the events that we're doing over the next few days. And we're ready to make even more history in this amazing venue.
7-Page Wilson noting, did you get in, you just barely get into CTWC DAS as well?
Yes, there is a conceivable chance that not only will I have gotten final seed in CTWC DAS, but if one person passes me here, it will also happen in, I think Bidwell's on level 19 right now, so let's see. Let's see what's going on there too.
I'm just going to put this on the floor. I'm kind of worried about the water. There's like a lot.
Oh
of
my
water
goodness.
here.
It's me now.
Okay,
So the latest update we've got here now is someone's just withdrawn, so it went temporarily back down to 521. But now Bidwell has gone over 538. So now
Great.
it's back to 538.
great game from Bidwell. Yeah.
The Bidwell line has now become true, but Bill is actually on a really good game here from the looks
He's
of
still
it.
playing. Yeah,
He's
548.
still going. Remind me again, what's Bidwell's PB?
I don't know if he's 555. We can check. He says barely 600, so he's at 556 right now. He's set up. We're not
We got
quite
another
set
max
up.
here from Dan V, it looks like, too.
Oh,
But,
looks like he's topping out, but 556.
that's good. Let's go, Bidwell!
Let's go, Bidwell.
That's huge. I am so happy for
It
Bidwell.
looks like Nima maxed out. His PB was like 600K.
Yeah. That's a huge game, though, for Bidwell. Absolutely amazing. Lots of action going on across all of our channels, not only CT3, but, of course, CT1 and CT2. You can watch all of those at the same time on Twitch. Of course, CT1 is also being streamed on YouTube, as well as, I believe, CT2 over on CTWC Archives.
But if you keep us unmuted, we are the only stream that's giving you updates about all 3
mainly because one of the commentators is impacted by it.
Yeah, you know, it's like Adam over here just keeping
I'm
his eye
sweating right now.
keenly fixed on all of these players.
But right now, because someone withdrew, 2 of these players would need to beat me.
Also, I
But
think we're
I am not the cutoff, just to clarify. The cutoff exactly is 538,231 points.
I think we also might be the only ones who can see every screen.
Yes, that is the advantage of CT3.
We have the advantage points. Really have the literal perspective here.
Absolutely.
Mathwiz is also going to be doing. Also, hello, Mathwiz. We got all of TMP here. We have the TMP party hanging out in CT3. So thank you all for showing up and chatting and hanging out. Nakazame, former TMP player.
Yeah, a lot of former and current TNP alumni here. I mean, it's great. It's great to see y'all. It's great to see y'all. I
TMP
was with
represent-
you guys last year when it came to watching, and now I'm here in Pasadena, California. Hope to maybe one day see more of you guys here. Maybe one day, you never know, we'll get a venue together and get our own TNP live going. I know Danny J and I have plans
Oh, hell
to
yeah. That'd be awesome.
get our match done here at some point.
And then Mathwiz, I think, was talking about doing a watch party in the for TMP. He can maybe clarify or plug that if he wants.
Yeah,
Dan currently at 447 and 17 lines away from the transition. So
it's quite good from him. He again looking to try and surpass the score that he got earlier, 764.
has had multiple 600K games. He's been having a very good qual. So if he was like an average of 3, he would be killing it.
Also, Ronkley, as things stand, I will be facing you.
Oh, did Ronkley get like the top seed or next to
Ronkley is
top?
currently 2nd seed in bronze, and I'm 2nd
wow.
to last seed. So it'll be the Wars battle if this stands.
Wow.
We were joking about it yesterday. That's the funny thing.
That's good. Who would I be facing? I mean, I guess we don't really know. Maybe at this point it's close enough.
Down on 531 right now. Level 19 gets a Tetris, goes to 556. Right now the cutoff to get into silver is about 927, I believe. 927, the current cutoff for silver, so I think Dan would have to get quite close to a PB potentially, or maybe even a PB. What is Dan's PB again? Do you know?
913.
Yeah, so would have to PB to get into silver. Final 3 for gold at the moment. I think as of the last update I've done on this is Eric ICX, AV Geek, and Salted Sofa.
Salted Sofa. Hot Sofa had a great qual. I want to see Salted Sofa get into gold, but if he gets top seed in silver, that would also be. Dan's gonna top out at 620. Another really good game there, but it's level 22 had the pace, but the 19 is killer.
Matt was saying, I'm rooting hard for Ronkley, Adam, and Arbaro to make it in, make noise in bronze bracket and Omen. Well, at least one of me or Ronkley will make noise if this currently stands. At the other's expense. But right now, again, as a reminder, cutoff 538. That's what these players need.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, this is the place to be, because this is where we will see who gets into CTWC and who has to wait till next year. But of course, even if you don't get in, you get to enjoy the festivities that we have on offer. The full bracket will be commencing not too long after these qualifiers end.
Mathwiz, thank you for the support. We heart Mathwiz. Mathwiz doing a very good job. Very helpful in TMP. Hopefully, he might be the one in charge of the Super Tetris monthly community bracket soon. So we'll see if what materializes from that. So I'm excited to see it.
But the players have just over 35 minutes to go before the end, so we're nearly 3/4 of the way through. You'll have to wonder, is maybe a bit of fatigue potentially could be setting in for some of these players, or maybe if some of them might just be getting better and better as time goes on, but
Yeah,
this
it is.
is the moment to put together some good games.
2 hours of Tetris is a lot of Tetris.
At first, it doesn't feel like a lot. Like the first hour, and it's like, okay, I still feel good. Then those final 30 minutes hit, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I've gotten 100K in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And when is this over?
Yeah. That being said, my best.
I wasn't talking about you directly, Fheonix. Come on.
That being said, my best game was my last game when I played my qual. So
I also had a very good last game.
I kind of
And I was watching that.
I was fairly disappointed in my qual, but the last game kind of saved it, made it okay. Didn't quite hit my goals, but it was okay. Mathwiz, what was your favorite moment from day one of CTWC action? Oh man, I think that there was this incredible dig from Cole during his qual. That he was just white knuckling it. Ended up with the just was 10 rows up of. I think he had a transition with 800. It wasn't a high transition, and he had to make up so much in 29 speed, and it was super high this entire time, and he clutched it out, and it was just a really incredible thing to watch. So if you can find that in Cole's qual, that would be my favorite moment.
Yeah. As for me, commentating CT1 was pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, it's no biggie.
But in terms of my favorite moment, the Cole dig was up there, absolutely. Alex somehow, some way, pulling out 16 maxes from, I think about 40 minutes to go or something like that. He had about 9 or 10. But he just sped through it.
Yeah, he's a machine.
It was some of the quickest, most edge of your seat Tetris that I think I've ever seen. And these qualifiers have been incredible all the way through.
Yeah.
From all the way to the top, as we've seen on CT1 and CT2, all the way to here. We've seen some amazing moments. I think on CT4, Bendy got, 10 max outs.
Oh, wow,
and over on CT4.
No, I was... Guafi got double-digit max outs on CT4 when I was roughing there. So he had a phenomenal qual.
Yeah, a lot of people putting up phenomenal qualifiers right now.
We'll see.
As things stand currently, in order to get into that bye for round 0, you needed 12 max outs.
That's so many.
This year, which, only a couple of years ago, 12 max outs would get you potentially first seed.
Yeah, it's crazy. What's the silver cutoff at the moment?
Silver cutoff right now as things stand. I will quickly get that up. Silver cutoff right now at 9:27.
Okay, I think that's about in line with last year. Dan keeping the party going. Oh, I was going to say continues to have an excellent 18 play, but he might be done. He could still save this. Has the well reopened. This is very, very tricky board. He's not going to be able to extract himself from it. Still good pace yet again.
Also, wrongly, we are no longer against each other because I think it's updated
31:57 is the time. Again, our clock is a little bit behind where the CT1 clock is, and I think that's the official.
Yes. When you hear us counting down, that will be the official countdown.
Yeah. So if you're the spectators at home, keep that in mind. A bit of a tricky misdrop from Vince. He's not going to be able to get around it.
But yes, in this last quarter, it might be do or die for some of these players. Again, Fheonix and Vince not too far off of that cutoff. They could both get in, one of them could get in, or none of them could get in. This is the time to make it count. Don't count out Steve as well. Steve has that 380. Could very well improve on it. Has gone back to level 15.
I think Steve might be the only person standing up to qual. Doing it, yeah, Bidwell is sitting down, Steve motoring the Bidwell, because, the whole thing with the Dark to Mario crowd is that they play standing up. So, that's, but I guess, standing up when, script the cameras, they're up on the main stage, second stage. I guess it's one big stage, but CT2. I'm really happy to see Bidwell doing well. It's Vince does have the max out, so we know he can pull one out here.
Wilson's saying, yeah, but Steve's playing on a guitar. But he might be playing on a guitar, but I mean, if you get 380 with a guitar, you must be pretty good. And you never know. Level 15 start does allow you, even though it does have less scoring opportunities, because you're playing slower, it does allow for more time to be able to get the piece where you want it to. And even if you lose charge, for example, you still have an extra chance to get it over. But yes, 30 minutes to go until the end of qualifying. 3 quarters down, 1 quarter to go.
An interesting thing I noted is like Adam and Omen yesterday, both with the level 9 starts. So I was doing 18 the whole thing. Maybe there was something to that though, because Omen had a really good qual.
9, I believe, is the so from 0 to 18, I believe it is the second highest scoring for in terms of runway from starting to 19.
Yeah. I think 18 is the highest.
18 is the highest, and then of course 19 and 20 and everything after that will be higher after that. But that was my main reason, because my 18 was very finicky all weekend or all week when I was doing mock quals, and I was like, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna do 9.
I think there's something like stubborn about me. It's like I need to do 18. Like kind of I wanted to get better at 18, but also I did my last game with a 9 start, and that was the only one that cracked 600K. So
600K from level 9 start.
Yeah, 600K from level 9 start. Got a 619.
700K is also possible.
We are under 30 minutes, 28:42 left. So this is your half-hour warning.
Again, currently, as things stand, cutoff 538,231 is the overall score. 538,231 points. Every point counts. Even pushdowns.
See if I form the Lombard dependency here early on. No one's really too far into their games, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to find the sponsors again. I don't know where they keep going.
We love our sponsors.
We do love our sponsors because they allow the event to keep going. What haven't we read yet? Have we done Hyperkin? I don't think we've done Hyperkin. Hyperkin has supported the CTWC since the beginning. Over the past year, they have helped Tetris communities around the world by sending them NES consoles and controllers. Hyperkin leads the way in the retro and modern entertainment industry with unique, fun, and innovative items, including the Retro N console. Check them out at hyperkin.com. That's hyperkin.com. Let's game.
And I also want to shout out the Power Bear Gummies. Celebrate your love for Tetris with Tetris Gummies. Get ready to dive into the world of gaming with these incredible treats. We're talking about all 7 Tetramino shapes and a special bonus piece. It's a gamer's paradise in gummy form. Don't let this gaming and snacking sensation slip through your finger. Grab yours now. And I would just like to vouch. I had the Power Bear Gummies when I was at CTWC DAS last year. They are very, very tasty.
Nice. What is this? What do they find a special 8th Tetramino? I'm curious about this. I guess maybe you have to buy them to figure out.
Yeah, buy one and figure it out. You won't know until you find out.
Yeah, that's true. So, but I don't know. I'm not gonna. I feel like I have to have someone else tell me. I'm a vegetarian, so.
Yeah, that's fair. I will try and find out for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for doing the research.
Absolutely. Fheonix topping out at 222. Did have a pretty good game going there. But, I mean, if you can get 250 lines, you are well on your way. Again, just over 25 minutes to go. There is still plenty of time to get that in. Cut off 538,000 points. Vince right now on a pretty good game. 271, line 84. Trying to maximize those points before level 19 comes in. And of course, we'll see then if you can get it over the line.
Well, Talvat in chat. Hello. Welcome in. Good to see you. A lot of names I recognize.
I also want to once again point everyone in the direction of our Matcherino command. The prize pool hosted on Matcherino. We're currently sitting at $12,173. Thank you so much to everyone who has contributed so far. It allows us as CTWC to be able to, at the end of everything, once everything is said and done, to be able to support the players who pour in so much time, so much effort into practicing and getting these amazing qualifiers that they're doing and putting in amazing, historic moments and games. And you'd be able to support them directly through the prize pool, even if you can't contribute directly monetarily into the prize pool, even if you spread the word, whether it's with your friends, if you tweet it out, send a post on Facebook, or even just tell family and friends, you can get the word out that we are looking for contributions to the prize pool.
Yeah, if you have any friends that are loaded,
yes, if they have a spare million to spare.
Yeah, like, it's just a fun esport. Try to get them into it a little bit. Be like, okay, here, do you want to watch the finals of CTWC? You want to watch this regional? Want to watch the CTM finals?
Like, if they've ever watched the news and saw all the Blue Scooty coverage, just remind them. Like, hey, remember that game crash that happened? They're doing a tournament of that right now, and they're looking for money in the prize pool. I know you have your 7 mansions, so.
It's funny, like, I meet so many people on the street now, just like talking to like waiters or someone. I tell them I'm going to a Tetris tournament, and they're like, oh yeah, I've seen like rolling, they're like, oh, you do the weird thing with your controller. Vince is in with a 402, trying to beat his score, has a very real chance of doing so if you can have a good post. Dan Sushi about to go in with a 404, a little bit of a spicy stack though. We want to get this down.
And I'm really liking what Vince is doing here, just kind of lining up, not going for Tetris necessarily, just trying to just keep the stack low, get those points as they come. Might still go for a Tetris here, and is going to go for one right now. Just waiting for that long bar. Misdrops the Z piece, has to block the well, but can get it back open. Does do so. Gets that T piece over to the left. This is a massive drought, though, for Vince. 29 long bar drought here. Spins the T. Oh, but misdrops that long bar and tops that at 419. That was a gut punch there for Vince. That was looking good.
Great game, but, giving himself chances, that's what it's all about.
But, hey, put himself in a great position. It's just the pieces at the worst time. But that's classic Tetris for you. It can be ruthless. There's still 23 minutes to go.
Dan couldn't quite get his board in shape for the transition. Looks like he's taking a bit of a break because we're down under 23 minutes. 22 minutes and 41 seconds remain. So, kind of coming down the stretch here.
Meanwhile, Fheonix right now, solid start to his game, currently on 190 line 43. Looking for maybe a square piece, puts the J down, still has now a long bar dependency. Gets the long bar for it, though. Again, cut off 538. 538. Fheonix in a bit of trouble, but does get that long bar into column 2. This is still very much savable, although board is getting a bit high. Gets that T piece over, very nice for a double. But, that misdrop of the Z piece is going to leave things very awkward now and just can't get the piece over. 198 top out, but good games being put up here from all players around. Steve, meanwhile, with a clean board on 100,000 points, line 45 on level 15.
Thank you to all of our followers and subscribers to the Classic Tetris channel. Your support goes a long way in making this esport grow as a global success. For those that may be new to the channel, or if you're a longtime fan and like what you see, consider subscribing and becoming a member. You can also, mostly about CT1, but you can do CT3 as well, if you have some spare dollars. Your super chats and bits go a long way. The hard work our team puts into providing top-tier content year-round sometimes goes unnoticed. And this is one way to help show your gratitude by rewarding that work. And when you subscribe or become a member to the channel, you get a wide variety of emotes from our players, past and present, that can be shared in all of the other streams you visit, thus furthering your support of what we do. The Classic Tetris channel is the place to find all your great Tetris action year-round. So contribute today and support your favorite channel. And there we go. Now we've done all the sponsor reads. I think I deserve a pat on the head from Vince.
Well, he's in the middle of a game right now.
Yeah, well, afterward. Thank you. Good job. Thank you. That's I got validation for Vince. That's enough to keep me going.
Will a pat on the head from me suffice for now?
Yeah, that's okay. I got a pat on the head from what a 4-time best restreamer winner.
Yes.
The Adam Irish experience.
Absolutely. 4-time.
Yeah, I only have it once.
Maybe
so
5.
I got to come after that crown. I'm probably not going to come after that crown. I think I have to restream a lot more. And
Wait, Dan, did you get a photo of me patting Orb's head? Or are you doing it again?
Okay, here we go.
No, I was just asking if you had already.
Okay,
All right.
we're doing it. Okay, there we go. Your
Yes.
pat. Or maybe a video, because I feel like you can't really.
got it?
Okay, beautiful.
Hell,
okay.
look at that.
Are we sending that to the CTWC social media?
Yes, absolutely.
Clipsy saying, playing on Guitar Hero, he is playing on there's an NES controller in there. He's playing on is that a Guitar Hero controller that's like taped over? No, it's just a custom made. It's an NES Goofy Code controller, which he made himself, and it's taped into a guitar-shaped object that I presume he also made himself. Yeah, so it's it's a couple hunks of wood. It is purely a product of his own handiwork. We're under 20 minutes to go. So
Absolutely. Vince on a very good game here.
Yeah,
343.
Yeah, it's
Also, just a funny tidbit. If only one person overtakes me and I end up as the bottom seed, guess who I'm against? I'm against Robot.
Wow.
That's right.
That's fun.
Our sensation, our youngest player ever, I believe. It will be an experience more than likely losing to someone who's half my age. But not set in stone just yet. But Vince on a very good game here. 395, 30 lines to go before transition. Steve, meanwhile, on level 17, 297. Don't count him out just yet. Going to shred his way into CTWC bronze. It's 9 lines away from transition. Meanwhile, Steve on 339 into level 19, still going strong. Playing some good harmonies here, it looks like, as his board is still clean, just lining out. Keeping a good, consistent board. 458, transition for Vince.
He's set up.
Set up again, and there's the Tetris for Vince.
483, almost to his highest score here. He's going aggressive.
Would
It's
need
paying
2
off.
Tetris, gets another Tetris.
507.
A Tetris and a bit of but the early
Early
shift
shift.
there of that L piece does leave the board a bit messy, but 508 has surpassed the
Oh, he
score.
doesn't
He's
get that
got
bar,
perfect-
but that's
no! Vince tops
Yeah.
out 508.
Oh, man. Go ahead, raise your hand, though. Let's
30,000
get it
points
in.
to go.
Yeah.
But there's still 17 minutes to go. Yes, 538. You needed a Tetris and change. You got this. You all got this. Although if you all got this, then it would be bad news for me, but it doesn't matter. I want the players to do well. Look, if I don't make CTWC, so be it. The players need to get in. That's what needs to happen here. Fheonix on a great game here, 366. 70% Tetris right now, line 86. There is a chance he could get this before level 19 if he continues this efficiency. 416 right now, line 99. They go for that delayed burn there. The placement of the J gets the T piece to open back up the well. Fheonix is set up now, and there's the long bar. Tetris for Fheonix, 439. 100,000 points to go. This is possible before level 19. He's set up again now. Takes the double there with that T piece, long or L piece. Nice skim and Tetris for Fheonix, 466, inching his way closer and closer. If he gets above my score of 538 992, he is guaranteed, almost guaranteed, in bronze. Just 15 minutes to go now. And another Tetris for Fheonix, 493.
So 9 lines to go before the transition. Trying to get set up, gets the pieces for it.
Tetris ready, just needs that bar. Can get 3 more Tetrises before transition, takes the double.
There's only 2 now, so he will need a little bit of transition.
But this is a bit of a drought happening right now. Covers the well, trying to get it back open before that long bar comes. The worst feeling you can have in Classic Tetris is a bar comes before that well's back open. Fheonix desperately looking for that bar. Where is it? Transitions 501.
Oh no! That brutal,
501. We have
brutal
Vince just
drought.
missed out. And now Fheonix. This is devastating.
Hit the 500K though. You know, big milestone.
You still have just under 15 minutes to go.
A 40-piece drought.
All is not lost yet.
A 40-piece drought going into the transition. Just absolutely brutal.
Heartbreak upon heartbreak.
When you have that really good game and like the drought just absolutely slaughters your chances.
Vince and Fheonix, though, getting closer and closer and closer. And shout out to a bit of a crowd we got built up here at CT3. This is where you should be if you want to see who makes it and who misses out, because not only, again, as I said, these 2 players in Fheonix and Vince, and also Steve trying to get in as well, but the commentator, Adam Arsh, I am 2 spots off of missing out. So you get to see not only these players stress about making it in, but the commentator as well. It's all the action and all the excitement. I wonder if this is why I was put on here.
Yeah, you know, that could be very well be it. Also, maybe
because I was just around.
Yeah, also I think people like your commentary. I think that might be a good reason. And thank you for
it's a harmony of coincidences.
Thank you for coming and finding me to do the co-coms.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I always mentioned how I wanted to, and now we got the opportunity.
Yeah. Sanzel saying this is so stressful. It's not even the match yet. Quals are fun. Stars are stressful, but they are very, very good. We're under 15 minutes. 12:34 left. So players, you are nearing the final games.
I could see Omen there. Hi, Omen. I'm stressing right now because I'm only 2 spots above, and both Fheonix and Vince just about missed out on overtaking me. So this is fun, isn't it? Yeah. The hope is that, Omen's coming over here. You want to say hello to everyone, mostly TNP people?
What's up, chat? Yeah, it's getting kind of close here, man. Like, you thought you were in for sure, and now, like, that whole bar for bronze went way up.
I didn't say that. Wilson did.
Sanzel saying my daughter is Chaotic Hazel. I think Hazel had a very good run, too. So, hello.
Yes.
Oh.
Hey, Sanzel, what's up? This is Tetris Ranger saying thank you for watching.
We got everyone coming over here for
the
CT3. This is the place to be. CT3, CT3, CT3.
We got us the whole chaotic family. So thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Hazel, for your support of Hazel, and also everyone else, I think. Anyway.
But yes, this is the place to be. This is where, I mean, sure, you got all the excitement with maxouts and everything happening on 1 and 2, but this is where you're going to see who gets in and who doesn't make it to the Classic Tetris World Championship. We got another maxout from Corion in CT1, though. That's good.
Second one for Corion.
Corion.
Sanzel said, I wish I could be there in person.
CT3 loves you
Hugs to
too.
all. Thank you.
But For the players here, we have just over 10 minutes to go. There might be one or two good games still in there, so keep on playing until the end and beyond. If you're still playing when the time expires, play out your game because you can still do that. There's every opportunity that you could get in on your final game. Our Borrow got their highest score from their final game.
If I did it, you can do it.
It can happen to you too. And also, CT3 is the only place where a commentator is going to stress about getting in or not. So you have all the extra excitement. Yes, thank you, Ronkley. 10 minutes to go. Fheonix hanging that bar, topping out at 24,000. But I gotta say, getting to know all these players over the past 2 hours, it's been great. If I end up not qualifying because of you guys, so be it. It's been great. It's been fun. We've been on this journey together.
Vince, just fishing for that really good game here.
Vince right now is just watching Green Tea. Green Tea gets another max out over on
Nice.
CT1. Vince was watching that.
That's his third, I believe.
He's on 3, so 4 and a good kicker. What's Green Tea's kicker right now? It depends on his kicker.
Yeah, Green Tea could very well get in.
Green Tea's kicker is 960, so if he gets another max out, he's in. Because the kicker from Salted Sofa is 927. So if he gets one more max out, he's in. But yeah, CT3, the only place where you get updates on everything. Literally everything. You don't need a multicast, you just need CT3. The People's Channel.
I'm currently working on the spreadsheet on the side here for the almost daily update. So I'm really hoping to really soon after this get an update for you for who's playing what. There's also the official brackets, so you can take a look at that. But if you're in the CTM Discord channel, yeah, well, we will know what the official matches are immediately following this.
It's not too long after, I would imagine. You don't have to wait too long for more classic Tetris action here.
We are under 8 minutes. That's about how long it takes to
do a full game.
Yeah, all the way to 29. So keep that in mind. Yeah, so if you're on a bad pace, it might be good to choose your game that you want to be stuck with.
Absolutely. It's where we're getting to that point now. The anxiety through the roof right now. For me especially, because it matters for me too, but I am rooting for Fheonix and Vince here, and Steve. Steve right now is just on his phone. The stick. Thank you.
A huge shout out to Steve's girlfriend for complimenting us. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. We do our best.
Tetris Ranger saying lots of bronze players sweating out these last few minutes.
And commentators.
And
commentator.
Yeah, also a bronze player, but
I mean, it matters for you for the seed as well.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see. Last year, I finished around the middle of bronze and was able to squeak out a win.
Oh my God.
Against a max out player. So.
Omen, as things stand right now, you're against our Borrow, Omen. So, as things stand right now, you're against our Borrow, Omen. So all the fun going on right here. Just over 6 minutes to go. Fheonix is going to just top out, get another game going. Vince right now on 248. 63% Tetris rate, so on for a pretty good score if he can keep this up. It's all about taking those risks when you deem that you can, but not going too aggressive.
500 transition would be beautiful.
That would be key.
You can line out halfway through post and get it.
I think we have another contribution over on a couple of contributions on the Matcherino. First, we have Gavin Rain with a $1 contribution. Thank you so much, as well as Ray Cadole with a $250 contribution as well.
Ooh, hell
thank
yeah.
you so much. As well as thank you to everyone else who's contributed. We're now up to $12,424 on our prize pool. If you want to contribute as well, you can use the command !Matcherino and contribute there. Even if you can't contribute directly, just pass the word around. Pass the link around to maybe a group chat, or maybe tell your friends or family about the prize pool, and that Classic Tetris World Championship are looking to make sure that our players go away with something good after the end of a great weekend.
People have traveled a very long way here. We're under 5 minutes remaining. 5 minute
minutes to
warning.
go. But keep an eye on Vance right now. 4:16. This is the same situation he was in just a few minutes ago. And gets another Tetris. 439. Now within 100,000 points. So much good Tetris going on right now.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Vince's left side getting a bit high, but we'll get that bar for a Tetris. 463. Has plenty of runway to go before level 19. Can get this done before level 19 should the pieces fall right. And so far they are. Another long bar. Tetris Vince, 486.
Lots of room still before the transition.
If Vince gets above 538, as I've also got 538.
A couple of dependencies here, though.
Couple dependencies, but still has that well open, which is crucial. Just needs that bar to come. Has to cover the well, though, and has a bit of weight on those two holes. Does get a burst of long bars, which will help a lot. But, that missed drop at the Z piece. Vince is fighting here. 8 lines to go before level 19. It is going to be imperative that he gets this dugout as much as he can.
Not a whole lot of room here.
Oh, doesn't spin the T-piece.
There we go.
501. With 2 lines
Beautiful
to go,
stuff.
and there's the Tetris.
He Tetris
526. Vince needs 12,000. Can he book his ticket into bronze?
He's set up.
He's set up now. There's
Come
the
on,
bar!
Tetris. He's
Tetris! And Vince
Keep
surely has gone into bronze. Surely.
Yeah, keep going, though. He wants the higher seed. He has
Get
still
the
has a lot to
higher
play
seed.
for.
And now, Fheonix, my friend, it is between us two.
Couple misdrops from Vince.
pressure.
He can still squeeze out some lines here.
I am rooting for you, Fheonix.
Oh,
I am
yeah.
rooting for you.
That's it, but Vince Clemente,
Let's go,
everyone.
Vince!
Woo! C3, CT3, CT3.
CT3.
2 minutes,
The owner
30
gets
seconds.
in.
Vince is probably just done with
But
this.
who is going to be number 112?
He's
Will
gonna
it
play
be
anymore?
me,
Yeah, here
or
we
will
go.
it be Fheonix over here? Or
It's-
maybe even Steve?
Vince started at level 19. All right. Maybe he's warming up for his final game. Or maybe he's just trying to see what he can do.
2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. Just over 2 minutes. Greens, he's on a good game here. And Corey, no!
Corey on 990, Green Tea 762.
That's a good kicker, though. I think. Would that be his kicker? I don't know. Yeah, that would be his kicker.
Wow. 90 seconds left.
90 seconds to go. Fheonix right now at 92,000 points. It's up to you, my friend.
Yeah,
Do you feel the energy from this game? Do you feel the vibe? No?
Yeah.
Well, you took the Tetris anyway. You're conflict. Do what the heart wants.
It's like, I feel like Tetris is all about making a quick decision, even if it's not the right one. As long as it's an okay decision.
I would rather you get it at my expense than me try to put you off. Do what the heart wants. 1 minute to go, everyone. 1 minute. Get your last games in. All right, Fheonix is going for it. He's bailing. Everyone across this hall starting their final games and Fheonix and Steve trying to get that last chance to get into the tournament at my expense.
30 seconds left.
Has this ever happened before where the person who's calling the qualifier is stressing about qualifying
I'm not
because
sure.
of the players
Yeah.
in front of him?
I don't know, but it is unique experience.
9,
Eight,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. This is your last game, Fheonix.
Also, your last
You got
game
it,
for
Fheonix.
Sushi and Dan. Sorry, Steve. So
Yes,
Dan
Steve, this is
Sushi
also
looking
your
to
last
get-
game as well.
Dan
And
Sushi
Dan,
had
this is also your final game.
Dan had a very, very good start. I think his first game was the one that is on the scoreboard. So, Steve looking
This
to put
is
up a
going to
number.
be poetry. Fheonix, though, with a good start so far. 101
Yeah.
at line 25.
That's what you want to see.
Covers the well, but now with the J dependency gets the long bar for it. That works. Oh, but doesn't get that J piece in. That's fine. Can still get a long bar or an L piece. Gets the L piece for the double. Opens back up the well. Fheonix Tetris ready. Bar dependency in the center.
Allowed to plug it. Lomar Tetris gets it
Long bar
down.
Tetris.
That's going to help him stay alive.
Nice double there as well with the S piece.
So what's the cutoff right now? It's Adam Irish.
It is me.
5:38.
538, 992.
So 5:39 more or less.
539 pretty much. And all the focus right now on Fheonix and Steve. They're still
Yeah, we
playing.
do-
They're still trying to play their way in.
Senzel saying you need a bell. We do have a bell. It's the max out bell. We don't want to.
We don't want to repurpose it. It
Yeah.
is sacred. Fheonix with a bar dependency in column 2, but another bar dependency on the right. Fills in the first one, gets a crucial double. Could set up dirty here, depending on how the pieces fall.
Lombard going to
Gets
take
a triple
the. Going to
and
take the
gets another
triple.
bar to the left. That was a smart move there from Fheonix. Not worth the risk. And this is what it's going to be about for him.
Gets the teeth for the
Managing
dependency.
risk.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's what the game is really. Okay, that's where the whole push-pull dynamic of Classic Tetris comes from. The whole risk management. How aggressive do you play? How hard? How far do you want to push it? Steve currently at 257. What is his high score at the moment?
His current high score, I believe, is in the 380s. I'm getting it now. 384.
So very
That
good
would
beat-
put him currently at 122nd.
So you could very well beat that here.
Fheonix 185, line 70. Has
So-
a left well set up, but oh no. Hesitated with that J piece, didn't get the bar over. Gets that bar over for it. Nice
man.
left well Tetris. Had to trust the dash there.
Steve is fighting. Couldn't get that J where he wanted to
And
go over.
Steve is
something.
on
He's at a
284.
So here,
Our resident shredder won't
Yeah.
quite get in, but a great performance
round
from
of
Steve.
round of
Give it
applause
up
for
for
Total
Steve,
Madness.
everyone.
Thank you so much for your sponsorship of this event. Thank you for
Thank
letting
you
it
so
happen
much.
all throughout the years. Buy a Goofy Foot
Fheonix in
controller
a
if
bit
that's
of
your
trouble
thing.
here. Needs a bar. Where's the bar for Fheonix? Oh no!
Oh, he's going to top
and
out at
Fheonix
213.
tops out at 213.
So round of
So
applause.
close. Give it up for Fheonix. Well played, my friend.
Woo.
That does mean that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bronze.
Woo!
Woo!
Adam Irish.
CT3.
CT3.
But yeah, so if any of you know, almost a year ago, I qualified for CTWC DAS as seed 48, the final seed. 1 year later, at CTWC Bronze, I am again, I believe, if things are official, unless Ronku's about to give me a bearer of bad news.
Oh, no, not at all. If one person drops out, it will be me versus you in round 1.
Cool. I was getting, because every time you come over here, you give me bad news. But that's good news, I guess.
I do have some bad news. You're Irish.
Yes, that is quite bad news. But at least I'm not American. But yeah, Dan Sushi finishing out his last game here as well.
At 312.
Fheonix just playing for fun. But yeah, it is insane. Both CTWC events I've qualified for, I've been the last qualifier.
Sanzel says Chaotic Hazel 12 is going to play Tetris Ranger.
That also means that as of now, provisionally, I'm against Robot. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Hello, Huff. How are you? I'm good. Would you like to say hi to CT3?
Can I? Hello, CT3.
Say hello to Huff Chat. And crowd.
Yeah, we are all Huffer girls tonight.
We are all Huffaluffa girls. But yeah, let's see if Dan Sushi can get a high score here. Currently sitting at 780. Let me double check here. 764, excuse me, which is good enough to be the 10th seed in bronze. So if he's wanting to get that up, or maybe, just maybe, make a run at silver, would need 928.
So you need a new PB.
Yeah.
But,
No pressure.
I mean,
No pressure.
No pressure, but like, he's playing pretty well. It very well could happen. Just kind of judging by the way he's playing, this PB is going to fall soon.
And TST NV, thank you for the tier 1 sub to us here. Every subscription or bits or whatever goes directly into making each new C2WC event that much bigger and better. Thank you so much for that.
Dan got across the 500K mark. Level 20 still a ways to go here. He has plenty of lines to work with. We'll need some Tetrises, but can play relatively safe if he wants to beat the score. But he will need a pace if he wants to make it into silver. But still, having a high bronze seed is going to be...
Oh, wow.
Are you kidding me? I flew from the East Coast on a 5-hour flight, 4,000 miles, however far it is, to play my own daughter in the bronze first round. Tetris Ranger versus Chaotic Hazel. That can't be.
That's right.
That is not the way that just shook out just now.
Yeah, you
That's
just...
right.
You
Tetris Ranger and Chaotic Hazel will be facing each other, father and daughter. Can you believe it?
You can just play at home.
Longest plane ride home in history.
Yeah.
So cooked.
That'll be on CT4.
We'll see, though. Dan might have something to say about it.
That's huge, but let's see what Dan can shake things up. He's on 598 right now.
600K Lombard Tetris, 629, level 23.
Yeah, because right now, Dan is behind Chaotic Hazel in terms of the seeding, so could shake it up. You have to.
Uh-oh.
If you want to get a high
He's
seed.
in trouble now, though.
Would need 882, but okay, has column 9 open.
Needs a bar,
Where's
bar
the
right
bar?
now. Needs
No!
a bar.
So it will happen. That's everything, but
GG's
great
great
job,
qual, Dan. So many 600K games.
Yeah,
It's
give
super
it up
impressive. He's got to be
for Dan,
breaking.
Sushi, Phoenix, Steve, and Vince put on some great games there.
GG's,
What a session
everyone.
this is.
How's it going?
Unbelievable stuff.
Yeah,
But,
thank you for
hang on,
joining
let
in.
me get, let me see if I can get host cams up here. I think we have a host cam. Yes, we do. Let's get switched over here. Here we are.
So there
Thank
we
you
go.
so much. Here we are. I'm in bronze. Woo!
Let's see. I'll play Omen 4, it looks like.
Yeah.
And
okay. Looks
you're going
like
to be
as
playing
things,
Zerobot.
I'll be. Yeah. As things stand, you and Omen, two legendary TNP icons, just icons in general, and then of course I'm playing Zerobot.
Wow.
Which is fun. I'm gonna be a part of Tetris history.
So that'll be over at CT4. You can also check us out. I'll be doing commentary and reffing all day. So if you want to see me look creepily in the background while Blue Scooty's playing, you can do that. Or not. We'll see. GG's, thank you so much for tuning in. I think we're done for the moment, but
Yes,
have a
but,
great day,
don't
y'all.
go anywhere because we're starting. We'll start up again soon, and of course you can catch. Oh, we got another max out here from Ninja. It looks like on CT2. Some huge. I think that's his second, I believe. That's some huge. That's great for Ninja.
GG's. All right, so I think I got to run. So I'll bar out. Thank you so much for doing the co-coms, for roping me into this, Adam.
It was a pleasure, absolutely a pleasure. You can also catch me on CT2 later on. I'll be doing round 1 gold with Omenvoir.
I'll be doing-
If their match is played by the time that happens, we'll be able to get some
Yeah.
insight from Omen on how that goes. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you,
It was
thank you,
always
thank
been
you.
a pleasure to do CT3 one day, especially seeing last year. And who knows? Maybe I'll run over here at some point and crash the party. Who knows? But yeah, thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
I
We'll go
appreciate
ahead-
y'all. We'll go ahead and let the Silver Bracket crew take over in about an hour. So see y'all later.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much, and take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Let me get some.
Almost daily update out. So see ya. Zero over there. Yeah, GG's. That was awesome. All right, that was really fun.
No, I wasn't even guaranteed because there was 4 more people qualifying. That's what I didn't take account.
Well, there was also like someone dropping, so you had like one extra spot.
112.
Yeah!
You barely made it.
I made it. I know. That's what I was freaking out about over here.